Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope everybody's doing good. Look, I have just been enlightened with Carnival Cruise and what's been going on and what's been said about Carnival Cruise. And I want to chime in. I felt like I had something to say. So, yes, y'all see, I'm black. And I have been cruising with Carnival for several years, and I'm actually a gold member with Carnival. I get little trinkets. I can't even talk. I get the little things in my room, the whole 9 yards. But I want to talk about the behavior that I've been hearing about. I want to talk about it's not they saying racism, but it's not racism, and that's what I want to talk about. So I'm gonna try to be brief. Now, I went April the 9th of this year, 2025, with a line dance group. Yes, I said line dance, y'all, but it wasn't a ratchet line dance group. It was 117 of us that went, and predominantly 70% of those people that went had never cruised. So this was their first cruise. Yes, it was a short cruise. It was a 3-day cruise. Yes, the price point was very low, especially if you paid within the early bird special before that cut off. So if you missed the early bird special, it was like about $4.99 for those days. But let's get into it. All right. We had ourselves a good time. I had myself a good time. And yes, I will still go back on another Carnival cruise. But yes, a fight did break out. I know y'all wanted to know that. A fight did break out. And there was a lot of ratchetness on the ship. So let me start with the ratchetness first. We were at a late night karaoke event, having ourselves a good time. All of a sudden, there was 5 girls that decided they wanted all eyes on me. So they started just dancing, ratchetness, and they were pulling people up to come dance with them that they didn't even know. They pulled up some white woman's husband and started dancing with him. I guess she felt too scared, to say, hey, that's my husband, hands off. But the girl danced with her. Then she just ran around the room pulling up other people. But what she really did was uncalled for is when she pulled up a group of young white boys. And if I had to guess their ages, they were about, 12, 13, 14, cute little braces, little pimples, they was just enjoying karaoke like everybody else, just dancing. But these girls, they looked like they were about 21 and up. They knew what they were doing. They pulled the white boys up on the floor in front of everybody, turned their big gigantic behinds around and started twerking with them, all in their private areas, just backing it up on them. These kids, they didn't know what to do. I mean, they're just standing there like, they didn't know what to do. And these girls, they just popping it, just all in their private areas, just dancing. All of a sudden, while they was dancing, this older black gentleman comes up. He had to be about maybe in his 70s, mid 70s. He gets up. He gets between these black girls and the little young white boys. And he started acting silly too. He was like, he did all this first. He said, repeat after me. Y'all do the same thing I do. So he started going, he did something crazy. So the little boys started laughing. They did something crazy like that. And then he said, do the Dougie. He started doing the Dougie. They really didn't know how to do the Dougie, but they was trying to copy what he was doing. And then he said, hey, ho. And then the little boy said, hey, ho. I mean, they was trying. So these girls stopped dead in their tracks, put their hands on their hip like, who do you think you are? What do you think you're doing stealing our thunder? We are the center of attraction right now. They did just like this, the whole hips, everything, and looked at him like, how dare you? So now nobody was looking at the girls anymore, and everybody was laughing at what the black man was doing with the little white boys. And it was just beautiful. Okay, next day comes. I'm eating breakfast, and all of a sudden, I see that guy. I see the black man, and I said, hey, you're the guy from last night, because he was really, really funny, right? He says, yeah. I said, wow, you had the crowd just laughing at it. He said, but you know why I did that? I said, why? He said, I did it to save those little white boys. I said, he said, yeah, I did it to save them. So I said, man, kudos to you, because I understood what he was saying. He's black. Those girls were black. Those were 5 little white boys. And they had the roles been reversed, and been 5 little young black girls and 5 older white men. Oh, y'all know. All hell would have broke loose, fighting and everything, but it wasn't. So I was so glad that that guy stepped in and saved those little black boys. I'm sorry, little white boys. All right, we're going to move on to the fight. All right. After karaoke, so we go down and get us a little something to eat, because now it's after 12 midnight. Everybody hungry because they've been dancing and having a good time. So we're hungry now. All right. I'm sitting there trying to enjoy my little food and eating. All of a sudden, pow! I turn around and I look, and all of a sudden, a girl has a baby on her hip and fighting with the other arm. I said, look at this mess. Look at I'm food flying everywhere, plates on the floor, and me. Yes, y'all see, I'm black. I'm black. I said, security, security. And apparently somebody else called security too, because security came with the quick. Now I will say this, security came with the quickness. When they got that call, they were there. The girls are fighting, plates going, and I'm yelling. I'm looking at them. I want to make sure they can hear me. I said, can't take y'all nowhere. You don't know how to act like a bunch of animals in a zoo. I said, this makes absolutely no sense. And this one black boy said, you right, ma'am. You right. You right. I said, this makes no sense. And so, I mean, it's right what they're saying about us, guys. We got to do better. Just because the cruise is a inexpensive one, don't mean that you got to act like an animal. I mean, be glad that you can afford the cruise and go on the little cruise and everything. So, you know, I said that. Now we're going to get to Carnival and these new rules. Carnival, please don't stop Boots on the Ground song. That song has nothing to do with that ratchetness. 803 Fresh, hats off to you, man. I'm so glad your song is on number 1 on the charts. Carnival, it has nothing to do with it. Y'all, when you go to a concert and they have what you can and cannot bring, they say no glass bottles, no umbrellas, no tents. And they say that for a reason, not to keep y'all out, but the reason is y'all get drunk, you drop the bottle, and there's glass everywhere. Umbrellas, you don't have decorum, how to open one. You might poke somebody's eye out. And that goes for everybody. I'm not talking about one certain group. That's for everybody. You might accidentally poke somebody with the umbrella. Tents, people can't see because you got to bring your big, gigantic tent big enough for a wedding party. But I get that. So no fans. I get it, because can you imagine popping that fan and that thing fly off and pop somebody in the head? You talking about a brawl. It's going to be one. It's going to be one, because our tempers, they get flared so quick. All right. So I get that. I get not bringing speakers. Now, look, my husband and I, when we travel, we always bring our little pillbox speaker with us, and we play our music, but we play it at a level where it's not disturbing anybody. We normally put it on the deck, on the pool, or we normally put it when we're cruising, we put it on our balcony on the cruise, but it's low. But I get it. If y'all got to take those speakers away, take them away, because people don't know how to act. Nobody want to hear all your stuff playing all through the nights, trying to get some sleep because it's 3 a.m. and you still got your music blasting. I get it. So take the speakers away. Take them away. Take the fans away. I don't mind. You know, I understand. But Carnival, when it comes to the curfew, we have got to do better. We got to do better. I'm sitting up here enjoying Mufasa. I got a chance to see that on the cruise that I was on just in April. And I got a chance to see Wicked while I was on the cruise. And you got teenagers running around like they don't have no sense, no parents in sight. And it's like, 1 a.m. Y'all need to not lower the I'm sorry, I'm getting mixed up. Y'all need to lower the curfew time. Right now, when I was cruising, back this April, it was 17 and under had to be in at 1 a.m. From what I see, you made it worse. You just increased it. 18 and under got to be in by 1. It's the time. You need to change that time. I mean, 11:30 at the latest. Y'all need to be in. Some of y'all got these baby children that think it's funny to run up and down the halls, laughing all night, cutting on all night. I mean, it's just a mess. Absolute mess. So, Carnival, I did send in a letter to you all. Please read that letter, because I did state you need to change the curfew time. Not just the age, but the curfew time. That time needs to go down to 11:30 at the latest for kids that are teenagers. I mean, not only because of the ratchetness, but think about the safety of your child. Y'all, perverts travel too. I mean, can you imagine what could happen to your sweet little 13-year-old that's roaming the halls at night, and somebody just decide to snatch one of them, pull them in the bathroom, or pull them somewhere where you can't see, and violate your child? I mean, guys, come on, think. So, Carnival, please lower that curfew time, not only just the age, okay? And last but not least, I will still cruise. I still love cruising. I've been on Royal Caribbean. It was nothing happened. Not saying I got to party all night long, but we were at a Royal Caribbean event, and the event was over at 9 o'clock. Everybody's hungry, want something to eat. There was nothing open at 9 o'clock. But had I been on Carnival, you know, they are known as the fun ship. I get it. They have the midnight buffets. It's not that they the party ship. It's just that they know people want to eat after an event that's over at 12. So they have the midnight buffets. Continue doing them. But y'all, please leave your ratchetness at home. I don't care if you're black, white, pink, purple. I don't care. Leave your ratchetness at home, because y'all are really ruining Carnival's name. You're ruining, people think it's all black people, and it's not. You're just making it bad for everybody. Chairs flying everywhere, and you probably can't even afford the window that you break throwing the chairs. Think about that being your business. If it was yours, would you want somebody destroying your property? That's these people's property. So stop it. Stop it. Stop it, y'all. And let's continue having fun, okay? I'm out.